Hello everyone, welcome back to Bus Driver 71's channel. We're gonna be doing an extensive overview on this new unit that we just got. This is bus number 1103. It is a 2012 Bluebird Vision. It has the Cummins ISB 6.7 liter turbo diesel. It is an inline 6 diesel, of course. It's really nice. So what we can do, we can just start right here. We have a cloth air ride driver's seat, dual adjustment, so one for the lumbar and one for up and down like that. Because of 2012, we actually have our newer Bluebird dash, which is very nice. Very nice. So we'll run through our switches and everything when we come back. So here's our wheel, obviously. Still has the camera system, has storage, child check light monitor, carrier AC. Here's our body plate for anyone who wants to see that. So it just turned 14 years old. We have a storage thing right here. So we'll start off, we'll go under the hood. I've already unlatched it. At least I unlatched it on both sides, but it doesn't want to come open. Sometimes they're like that. So under the hood, like I said, we have a Cummins ISB 6.7 liter inline 6. Okay, had to make sure the safety latch went. So you see it's very, very nice. I believe it's rated at 220 horsepower. Either that or 240, but definitely not 260. The information plate is back there, which obviously cannot be seen at this time. We got a very nice motor in it. So this was an athletic conversion bus, where when Floyd County Schools, they've done this thing where when buses get state inspected, they get flagged for a lot of little things like torn seats, things like dome lights out. And we've always had older buses we use for just athletic purposes, like shuttles. And so they've taken the cross arm and stop arm off of some and disabled the warning lights and covered that up. And where it says athletic instead of school bus, you can actually see the school bus sign outline under it. I have personally re-enabled the warning light since we got the bus. We got it last week. And we got a few other CEs, but this is the one that I want to do the overview on because I love the Visions. This is our wiper fluid. That's our coolant. Our oil dipstick is over there, which you may have seen. Here's our air filter intake. You can see it has a little Bluebird logo on it. Has information. Some of the coolant tanks have Bluebird logos on them. I can't remember if this does or not. I don't think so. Oh, no, on the cap it does, yeah. Okay. So we'll crank it up with the hood open. Here's our regen switch for the whole DPF system. This is our DEF tank right there. And on these earlier 2012s, it wasn't fully hidden. And you can see the tank right there, and you can see the whole DPF system under the bus. So, see Allison transmission. The Cummins is paired with the Allison PTS2500. I believe it's a 6-speed. We have a high back blue upholstery seating in here. We have a bright lime green reflective seat belt, which I'll clean that. This bus is relatively clean, but I'll probably wash it because on the outside it's really dirty, and we'll see that when we're walking around. But first, let's go ahead and crank it up because y'all want to hear this engine go. Obviously, don't mind the birds. So I have the hood open, driver's window door. Y'all hear it real good. Guess first we'll turn the key backwards into accessory. And we'll show, here's our air powered door. we have a 2-position switch, so you just tap it shut, tap it open. We have 4 dome light switches, so that's going to be driver dome, left, right, and in the back, rear. So those last 2 are its own switch. You can see that, left, right, and then the driver dome. So now we'll do a gauge sweep, and we love the newer Bluebird gauge sweep. You can see this bus has 202,000 miles on it. You see that. 202,332.3 miles. So all 2s and 3s except for the 1 0. So that's pretty cool. There's our turn signal. Click on these. So we have right turn, left turn, and then for the hazard you pull this out and then cancel it like that. These are our windshield wipers, which go at varying speeds. These Bluebirds, they have it where you have intermittent. When you have it on more than intermittent, they start to get off sync, so you'll see that because of the separate motors, which is just a little bit annoying, but it's all right. This bus holds air really well. You don't hear any leaks. It'll hold air pressure for days on end. We have power adjust open view Roscoe mirrors, heated. So are the cross views. The cross views are Hawkeyes. Like I said, they're also heated. Our heaters, we have heater in the back, heater up in the front. And we also have a stepwell heater. There's a heater that doesn't work. I think it's that stepwell heater right there. And we do have a heater pump, but I just don't hear it engage. We have dash AC, or it's not AC, but it comes out cooler. And we have the whole defrost right here, which you can change those settings, of course. This is our heated mirror. This is our driver fan, so low and high is to the left of you on this unit. The original halogen strobe light is on this bus. And it does actually work. So we have right here, if we cut on all our fans, heaters, everything, our AC. You hit noise suppression. That cuts everything off, so that's like if you're going to a railroad crossing. So you cut everything off. Right here we have our carrier AC unit. Here are our controls for the front one. Cool versus not cool. That knob doesn't like to turn too much. And then you can see that one was replaced. This one turns more freely. And then that's our rear unit back there. Sun visor. You see our light monitor up here. So if I shut my door, you hit warning light start, you can see that flashing, the pilot light. You can see it flashing on the monitor. When we open it, see our child check right there, just armed. So we'll show off that system. And that cuts it off. So we'll go ahead, we'll finally give you all a start. It's had plenty of time to wait to start. So let's hear this Cummins go. This bus fires right up. No problem whatsoever. So we have that's running lights, and that's headlights. We have high idle right here. And that revs it up. You can see our fan going. And I'll rev it. Good oil pressure. Everything's good right there. So we can turn on our AC. We'll turn it on low so y'all can still hear me speak. So our gauge cluster does have some nice options to where we can change our backlight colors. So right now it's set on blue. We can change this to, oh shoot. You just hold this bottom button down. You press both for like okay. So you can go green, red, white, light blue, or blue. And I always keep it on blue. I had one person comment about this bus asking if I would change it. I've changed it around, but I like it on blue the most, so it's gonna stay on blue. Here's our panel dimmer. These are for the switches, that's for the switches. And then to dim up and down our gauge cluster, we just use these buttons, generally like that. But it's nice, it's really nice. Our AC blows pretty decently. Get that right there on me. Cause y'all, it's hot. We're in Georgia. Here's our sun visor, pretty dark. So you hear the RPMs. You see our response to that. Door. Shut the driver's window. And we'll just put that on full blast. So you can see our high back seats. We have this style of emergency window. And that buzzer's not going off, which is interesting, but I like to keep those latched. I don't like to mess with those too much. Our roof hatch and our strobe light is right there, but I don't have it turned on right now. We have a few ripped seats. No big deal. Just, you know, stuff. There's our trial check switch. It's a really nice unit. So what we'll do, we will go ahead, we will hit warning light start. You can see our ambers going right there. So what we can do, we can on this unit release the door, and we can go out and keep the ambers on. We'll put on the hazards too. And when I push open the door on this one, it won't switch to red. So here's our engine going. See our ambers going. So we can go ahead, hit our safety. Just let that come down. So this video is being recorded pre-modification. The only modification I've done is I plugged in the warning light switch the other night. Other than that, I haven't repainted the grill yet, which I plan on doing. But you can see our amber warning lights going. Side turn signal, you can see where the stop arm was. Here is the fuse box, for anyone who would like to see that. I don't know why I keep hearing the AC turn on and then off, which is weird. Here's our battery box, which it does have a battery master on it. So that cuts power. I have no idea why that's doing that, but this is where our AC is. That is our exhaust. We do have both mud flaps, at least at the moment. So you can see our driver alert pad's looking interesting because it flashes up and down with the amber lights. And then it flashes with the hazard lights too, so we can display that later. We have the new tag for this bus. It's at the office. We're probably gonna get it put on this next week. See where it said Floyd County Schools on it, 1103. I have to secure that back right there. But we just come in here, clip that, engage the door. You can see it cut the warning lights off, so we'll just hit that again. We will open the door. You can see in the cross view that the ambers are flashing. When we open up the door, it switches them to red. See our step wheel light engaged. It is incandescent. We have all incandescent lighting on this bus. It did have an LED stop arm at one point. LED marker lights, LED warning, incandescent to both incandescent marker lights, incandescent warning lights, incandescent fender turn, headlight, all that. We deemed this bus Scarface a long time ago. This is why. And I plan on repainting this. I have some sandpaper with me, and I'm going to do that today. I'm going to sand this off. And then either paint it yellow, because you can see that they repainted it at one time, but not too well. So we'll get that repainted. See, it said 1103 on the bumper. They sprayed that over. Here are Hawkeye heated mirrors. Cross-view mirrors, that is. You can see coming around the back, got a few dents, it's okay. So you can see with the red warning lights, it says stop, do not pass. And then caution, stopping is flashing with the ambers on the driver alert pad. It had a Floyd County Schools bumper sticker, which was sprayed over, of course, when they retired the bus. So it's a really nice unit. It is a really nice unit. We just shut our door, and our reds go off. So on these Allison transmissions, on these newer ones, it's equipped with something called range inhibit, to where if I don't have my foot on this brake when I put it into gear, you can see on the gauge cluster it says range inhibit. We are still in neutral. And so if I put my foot on the brake, here, I'll display that better. It has like a little gear shift logo. Anyway, when I put my foot on the brake, then it'll go into gear. And you can hear the idles. You can hear the RPMs change. Here's our mirrors. It's a really, really nice driver's area. So you do have to have your foot on the brake to release the parking brake. And it has some really nice air brake sounds, but I put my foot on it. So right now I don't have my foot on it. I push it down, and you can like hear that and feel it when it gets air to it. There it goes. And then we reapply it. So if we shut off the bus with the parking brake off, let's make sure all that's off. The parking brake is off when we shut off the bus. Oh yes, something I forgot to cover. On Bluebirds, you see our headlight switch is off. Whenever I release the parking brake, the headlights come on, all the dash lights come on and everything, like you would have the headlights on. And then when you pull it back, it'll go back off, so an extra safety feature. Anyway, if we shut it off, see, I'm about to hit low air from how many times I just did that. When we shut it off, you can see it does give an alarm. And for the heck of it, we'll pump it down. There it goes. So, and we'll come back and we'll air it back up. But you can see right now the child check says armed and it says check bus because we shut it off. I will set the alarm off. What happens when you do not hit that button, and you release the door, when you go to get off the bus, if you haven't gone back there and hit that button, get ready. It does in fact go off, so what you have to do, re-engage that door, and that cuts it off. The headlights do actually flash when the alarm goes off, but I did not display that. So you can see it has low air now. And also, whenever we do our ignition, you can see both our light monitor and child check calibrate. And it also says Bluebird on the cluster. So that's really cool. So we'll just hit high idle, let that build up. Got our AC going. It blows decently cold. It is a hot day and it's working well. So, and one last thing, we'll just do our hazard lights and I'll show off what the driver alert pad looks like with just hazards. You can see that flashing. And then if we shut off our hazards and then we just do our ambers, see what that looks like too. See, we've already built up pressure. This bus is good about air. You can see up here it sat under a tree, so it's dirty, but we'll get it cleaned up. That's what it looks like when it has the ambers on. This is one of the other units we got. This is the only bird. See up there, it's dirty. But it is a really nice unit. I may try to put an arm back on this, we'll see. In the fuse box, you can see our air valves and whatnot right here. We'll see. I believe that's our body number. But like I said, this is the tour, extensive tour pre-modification to 1103. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and there will be more to come of this bus. I guarantee it. Stay safe, y'all.